Hello, thank you for tuning in to Luana's Urban Voices. Um, really appreciate the support, appreciate the views. They're not where I would like them to be, but it takes some time for people to um, realize that I'm trying to be more consistent with this podcast or video of my opinion, and hopefully I will be able to turn it into a pretty decent podcast. I'm working on it. But today I wanted to address the actor Jonathan Majors. He was found guilty of assaulting his girlfriend in New York. And the reason why I wanted to address this is because when you look at the evidence, they both were wrong. She was wrong for being the aggressor initially, and he was wrong for the way he retaliated. But to women, when you hit a man so many times, he's eventually going to hit back. He shouldn't, but he might. My dad told me not to hit a man because in a heated argument, in the heat of the argument, and you haul off and you hit a man, sometimes his reflexes, because he's also very heated, doesn't catch up with his brain. In a calm situation where he normally would not hit a woman back, in a very heated, escalated, aggravated situation, you hit him, he might hit you back. And I used to think, well, he better not hit me back. He's not supposed to hit on women. My dad said, well, technically, you're supposed to keep your hands to yourself. Whenever you throw a punch, you need to be prepared to fight, no matter who you're throwing that punch to. And I used to think when I was little, I didn't get what he meant by that. But as I got older, it made sense. When you step to a person, male or female, and you all up in their face and you throw the first punch, that means you're ready to fight. Doesn't matter if they're male or female, you threw the first punch, you're ready to fight. So my dad used to say, de-escalate, stay away, don't throw the first punch. Now if a man hits you first, you make a phone call, I got you. But don't hit him first and expect him not to retaliate. He shouldn't, but if he does, you need to be prepared to fight because you threw the first punch. This whole situation with Jonathan Majors is really sad. You work really hard to build your career, to be recognized as one of the top actors. You get into the Marvel universe where you know there's going to be part 4, part 5. You're going to have all these opportunities to make additional monies. You get part of a Creed franchise where you know there's going to be, I don't know how many Rockies are there, like 6 or 7. So you know Creed has got a couple of more left in him as well. And then you meet a woman that you're dating. She's not a wife, she's somebody you're dating. Y'all get into an incident, and now your whole career is gone. I want to say to Black men, think, truly think your choices when you're picking someone to date. Truly think it through because it's it could be career ending. It could be life ending. Men and women, we need to think and make better choices, me included. I am not at all excusing myself from the choices I've made in my past, that I'm trying not to make as I get older and a little bit more wiser. But as men in these high end careers, these men as athletes, these men who have worked really hard to accomplish something, regardless of your race, you work hard to accomplish something. You can't allow your bad dating decisions to cost you your career, to cost you everything you worked for. This man has been found guilty. That means all of his movies are on hold. They may or may not be released, or they may have to be recast. This whole man's, even if he doesn't get anything for probation for the first time, his career's over. How do you come back from that? Chris Brown came back from that, and even though he came back, um, the stigma of Chris Brown beating Rihanna is always, it's always looming over his head. Rihanna has moved on, started a family with this really great guy she's in love with. But what do we think about with Rihanna? She got beat up by Chris Brown. And Jonathan Majors, I hope that his career could survive because I truly believe he made a mistake. I truly believe in the heated, aggravated situation that he probably wasn't thinking straight. I'm pretty sure both of them had a couple of drinks. I'm pretty sure she was just as aggressive to him as he was to her, except that she didn't have no coins because she didn't have anything to lose. So she was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to film this, take these text messages. I'm going to do all of this stuff and I'm going to get get him where it hurts. It does her no good to file a civil lawsuit at this point. She probably would. She probably will try to, but at this point, it will do her no good because you ended this man's career. So he's more than likely not going to have any money to give you if that's what your end game was. And maybe it wasn't her end game. Maybe she just wanted him to be held accountable for hitting her or assaulting her, even though she assaulted him. And that's the thing. He assaulted her, she assaulted him, but he's the only one found guilty of charges. That's kind of unfair because it was an assault on both sides. Um, they had witnesses that testified that said that she was the aggressor. He had text messages saying that he was sorry, he didn't mean to be a monster, but in the heat of the moment, that's how he behaved. And people are upset because he asked her to hold herself like Michelle Obama or Coretta Scott King. He asked her to have class, to have dignity, to have self respect. And some people think she was offended by him asking her to be one of these powerful women when she was actually not a woman of color. I think some people felt she was offended and um, that maybe that's why she pursued the charges, even though they both were at fault. Um, I never condone a man hitting a woman. My sons could never hit their sisters. If she hit them, they better walk away. They would not even hit their sister. Um, I did have one exception because I felt that when a woman hits a man in the face, that he needs to defend himself. Um, I wouldn't say hit her back, but you do need to make sure you push her far enough away from you that she can't hit your face again. I never condone my sons hitting females, period. But these women are so quick. to run up to a man, act like they can fight a man, want to hit a man, punch a man, do all these things to a man when you're not a man. Women are not physically stronger than men, just facts. And I don't care how small or short that man is, and I don't care how big and tall that woman is. At the end of the day, he still is going to have the advantage over her. He is still going to be stronger than the average man is going to be stronger than a woman, no matter what. She could be a bodybuilder, she can lift weights, she could be the strongest woman in the world. A man is going to be stronger. It's just facts. So I do hope that women make better decisions, and I hope women don't run up on men ready to fight for no reason or ready to fight because they felt jilted. When women and men are dating, and the key word is dating, and until you are a fiance, I don't believe that men and women dating, getting to know each other, determining if you're the person I want to spend my life with, requires people to be faithful. You're dating. It might be fun, it might be exciting, but until you guys both decide that this dating relationship is going to turn into something more serious and then turn into something long term, you guys can't be mad at each other for dating unless you guys have determined somewhere along the lines that you want to be faithful to each other. You don't want to date anybody else because you feel like this dating relationship can turn into something long term or everlasting. If not, date. Enjoy dating. Um, Stop looking for reasons to fight. And people were upset with Diddy because he had these women signing NDAs because we know he could be a predator. We don't know what's going on with Diddy, but he was having people sign NDAs to make sure that they didn't reveal anything they shouldn't reveal. And I'm not saying the NDA is always the best way, but when you are a celebrity, a high paid athlete, and you're dating someone, I feel like you need to protect yourself because everybody doesn't have your best interests at heart. Sometimes jealousy gets the best of people, and then they do things that they later might regret or wish they could have handled differently. For Jonathan Majors, he's been coming to court every day with Megan Good, and I'm not even sure why Megan would show up every day in court to support Jonathan Majors. I understand they're dating, that's fine, but you also have a career, Megan, that you need to protect. And I'm not saying that Jonathan Majors, he was found guilty. So the evidence said there's more evidence than we realize because he was found guilty. And now they're going to wait for the sentencing phase because I'm sure his attorneys are going to appeal the verdict. I'm sure they are. Um, but it's heartbreaking that this young man worked really hard to get where he is, and it's all going to be gone in a blink of an eye. It's it's heartbreaking. And to anyone dating, famous or not, think and be careful about the person that you're dating. When you see signs, red flags, you better listen. You want to make sure that whoever you're dating really does have your best interests at heart and they're not out to destroy you because you make them mad. They're not out to destroy you because you make them angry. They're not out to ruin your reputation just because they can. Same with women. When you're out here dating, um, be careful. Make sure that you are finding a man who has your best interest, who's not going to abuse you or assault you or be mad or overly jealous. I think dating has gotten very hard because women are looking for someone to take care of them. Case in point, Kevin Costner's ex-wife. This woman married him, had 3 kids with him, and during their divorce was all about how much money she could get from him. He's worth this much money. I should get half. I've been married to him for 13 years. We got 3 kids. I need my kids to maintain their lifestyle that we come accustomed to. I don't want to work. I was a stay at home mom. I want to stay at home and live high on the hog like I always have. We need our own private jet. We need this, that, and the other. And the judge was like, no, you signed a prenup. This is what you get. And she just challenged and challenged. And then the judge kept lowering um, her monthly support till she finally had to be quiet because it was being lowered way too much for her. And it's sad that a woman scorned will do anything she can to destroy the man that scorned her, whether or not it's fair. A jealous man would do anything he can in the world to destroy a woman, whether or not it's fair. So all I can say is I really do wish the best for Jonathan Majors, but I also wish the best for the young lady involved in the case. I hope this verdict helps her to come to terms with the assault and she gets the counseling she needs to move on and make better decisions. And I hope this teaches Jonathan Majors to also make better decisions. So I would love to hear you guys' thoughts and comments on the whole Jonathan Majors thing, but those that's my opinion and my opinion only. So don't bash me too bad in the comments, but definitely give me your point of view. I would be interested into hearing what you guys think. So, as always, thank you guys so much for tuning in to Lawana's Urban Voices. I really do appreciate it, and I thank you for listening. I do ask if you do listen, please refer a friend. You know me, I'm always trying to build up my listenership. But thank you guys so much. Have a amazing day, and I'll be back tomorrow. Bye.